So, Tyrone, tell us, how easy or difficult was it to get this result as a senior high school student?
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Scale, I think.
How easy is it?
How easy? 8.5.
How easy? Is 8.5 easy?
Yeah.
To get?
Yeah, because coming from the BC
Wow.
all the way to Achimota school, we did invest in the science. And then I realized that science was actually broken down into physics, chemistry, and math, right?
Yeah.
So once you can manage to do your best over there, you should be fine. And I know it sounds some kind of way, but then on the NSNQ, science was, what's being done to us in there. I don't think you will still come out and complain about chemistry, physics, and math. So our major issue then went on to 2 subjects, which was personally English and social studies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you say it was easy to get 8 A's and was I see.
Not easy, but then it wasn't hard.
8.5 is like easy.
Yeah.
8.5 is very easy.
Actually.
In your opinion, do you think Achimota School is a good school?
I think it was because, once I got in, a lot of things changed, talking about perspectives and all that, because first of all, it's a mixed school, all right, but then at the same time, there's excellence. Teachers are there and, everything is just on point, right? So I think, the experience inside or at Achimota school was amazing, and it changed a lot of perspectives that I had.
I mean, it's Achimota and the rest,
Actually, Achimota and the rest.
I told you. Why do you think Achimota School is the best in Ghana? I mean, tell them why we are the best. Tell them why we are the best.
Okay, so there are so many things I would want to talk about because it's Achimota School and it isn't about hyping, but it is just saying what is. And talking about Achimota School, personally, I can only relate with the experiences that I had. And for those ones, I can talk about our departments over there because I don't know, but it's as if the teachers are just so willing to offer everything. Once they are teaching, they are there and then they are trying to tell you that you have to learn and all that. I know it will probably be in other schools, but then
is it really in other schools?
It is extra Achimota School because you are learning and you know that if you do not understand anything, there's somebody out there who's more than willing to help you. At least at Achimota, and I think the communities were amazing because there were a number of clubs in there and staff were working. A number of stuff was great.
Any extracurricular activities in Achimota School?
Yeah, for the ones I joined, I have to admit that you can't be on the NSNQ and be somewhere else. It won't happen.
Favorite memories in Achimota School?
Favorite memories? I think the bonfire.
Which one? The one you were in
bonfire.
Form 3 or Form 2 or Form 1?
Both of them. Both bonfires were amazing in the sense that the first one was my first.
Okay, so the experience was like new.
Yeah, and I could hear so many stories. One story is that the head of a statue is missing, and so we are holding the fire to look for that statue.
Kuzinek. Is it the Kuzinek?
I think so. Yeah, I pretended I believed that story. and so each time it's bonfire, yes, we are looking for the head of a statue. But in the long run, the parties up and down, once you're on the NSNQ, you just don't know you could have so much fun. But then that's a chance to, go out.
Do you think being in Achimota School influenced the results you got?
I think so. Because if I were probably somewhere else, I would have had to work even more hard. In the sense that Achimota, if there's more like competition.
Yeah.
If you choose not to study, I don't know what will happen to you.
I don't know if there's still article, but article.
There is article. There is article. And so I remember some students missed the end of the mock exams. They had some reasons and they missed the exams, and we came back and the article list was there. I'm like,
article is not a nice thing. It's not.
it
Coming
was-
from me.
but because I was a day student, I didn't really know what happened during the article. But I know it was there.
You don't want to know.
Mhm.
You don't want to know.
Yeah.
You don't want to know.
That's
Can you mention any teacher or students that played a pivotal role in your life in Achimota School?
I think the teachers, there's so many of them.
Mention
so many
names.
of them.
Mention them. Let them feel proud to play a part in your life.
All right. So I'll probably start from Form 1 then.
Okay.
Yeah. So from Form 1 then I'll start with my chemistry teacher.
Okay.
Sir Maxwell. He was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then my physics teacher, Sir Gilbert. He also did an amazing work. And my math teacher too, my core math teacher, Sir Vincent too, was excellent. And when we moved to Form 2, then we are looking at my ICT teachers too.
Okay.
Yes, both of them, they were amazing. And then we moved to the NSMQ. But before that, there was also my favorite English madams, Madam Gloria. Yeah, she was, Form 1, Form 2 before they moved us into the NSMQ class.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there was Auntie Kumi too, HOD, amazing woman. And then Form 3, I did get to enjoy Dr. Bright. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Dr. Bright. He's on point. He wants everyone to be on point.
Okay.
It was hard, but then we enjoy every single part of it. And then there was
I don't hear Mr. Major anywhere.
Mr. Ameju. Save the best for the last.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So there was Mr. Ameju. The thing with Mr. Ameju is like, I remember the mock exams. He came and then he looked at it and said, Tyrone, he looked at the scores and I could tell from his face that, you have to learn, Tyrone. And I knew he didn't want to say it, but I'm like, fine. So, you look at his face and
he's so emotional.
Yeah. At
Like
some point.
emotions are written all over his face.
Yeah, so there are some stuff that we all learned from Mr. Amejo, chewing from cover to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a statement that we use all the time because if you want to learn something, you have to chew from cover to cover. Even before you think about understanding, that was one thing that he said. And then there was also POI, our physics teacher. He was excellent. And then our chemistry teacher, they were all amazing. Our chemistry teacher. And then there was also Sir Kwesi.
So who?
Mr. Kwesi Sumwa.
Oh,
Yeah.
someone.
Mr. Sumwa, that kind of, he put all his all. Sometimes he'll be there and he's begging the team to practice.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? He's begging. He's like, of course the team, they are tired because sometimes you can learn from 12 in midday till like 2 in the dawn.
Okay.
Non-stop. So I know how exhausting it was. But then he'll be like, you guys, you learn. So sometimes as a day student, I'll go back around these times, or sometimes maybe in the evening at 6. And then you get there, it is a meeting, but you know that this is a family meeting because he's pouring everything out. It's like, you guys, you need to learn. Do you know where you are missing? That kind of thing. Yeah, and he was always with us. There was almost no time you get to the theater hall without Mr. Sumwa there. Yeah, so I think Mr. Sumwa too did an excellent job.
Okay.
And so many people.
Big
so
ups
many.
to everyone that played
A big
a
role.
big role in your life in Achimota School. Okay, so where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? I mean, tell us, Tyrone. 2020, 2035, 2034, 2032.
I once did a calculation and asked myself that question. When there was the 25th anniversary for the year group during the bonfire, and I kept thinking about it. I think ours is 2048. I remember, and in 2048 we'll be meeting the people that came in 2023. Just that they'll be in their 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then 25 years is too far. Talking about the next 5-10 years, maybe we are looking at computer engineering or computer science or electrical engineering.
Nice.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because of without the biology, and personally I just enjoy ICT, so computer engineering, computer science.
Interesting. So let me ask you this: who inspires you, or what inspires you as a person? Who or what?
I think I remember I got this question once. I chose to think about it the whole of one night. Then I realized that it depends on what we are talking about.
I mean,
right?
Yeah.
Because if it is about this thing, math or something, then there are people that I look up to.
Okay.
If it's about...
I mean, who inspired you to go to Achimota school, to learn so hard to get the A's that you got? Like, did you get it?
Yeah. I think you won't believe the actual story how I chose Achimota school. But the thing is that during the school selection, my teacher was like, there's one great school out there. I'm like, okay. So I didn't know much about SHS because I'm not that type. I just know that learn, pass, you get what you want. That's it. So I didn't know too much. And because I was following the NSNQ, then I got to discover, I'm like, wait, Achimota school, it's a mixed school, but what is it doing? That was in 2020. What is Achimota school doing in the semi-finals? It's a mixed school. I wasn't expecting it there. And then I realized the level of dedication and hard work at Achimota school.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then talking about proximity to here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I chose Achimota because of proximity and excellence, and my teachers too chose and recommended Achimota. Something I don't
Okay, interesting. Okay, so how do you cope with the stardom that you are? The fact that you go places and then people are just looking at you and are like, oh, this guy, don't you know him? The whole controversy.
I think you can look at the pros and the cons. The pros is that, yes, yay, I'm so happy. But the cons is that it takes even more hard work within, because then you can't really tell your identity. Personally, I don't know whether I'm extroverted or I'm introverted, because when I stay out indoors for too long, alright, so what happens is that you kind of lose your identity, or you have to add more work to define yourself, because I don't know whether I'm introverted or extroverted. And the thing is that if you stay indoors for too long, realize that something is happening to you. You feel like shouting, this isn't right. And when you go outside you want to come back home quickly. So I think going on, what I decided to do is that if I feel like staying indoors, I do. If I want to go out, I go. No introvert, extrovert matter.
Okay, so do you think this stardom in particular, like, pushed you to learn hard? Like, the whole world is like Tyrone Achimota controversy. Do you think like it played an extra role in pushing you to study harder, to like?
It did. It did. There were a number of factors, actually, to be honest. There were so many factors that influenced that I learned and passed. But then that was one of them.
Yeah.
Because, funny enough, I saw my reports outside before I even decided to share it with anyone.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause I wasn't just mine. There were other people's. But, in the long run, I knew it could happen. You won't get to see your results first. We don't care. Just accept that. And so I decided to, if it has to be seen, let's make it memorable.
Okay, so now that you are an Akora, tell me, are you going to play a role as an Akora, or you're just going to be one of those Akoras that complete schools and then that is all?
I think once the NSNQ is involved,
okay,
I won't have a choice but to turn back, because NSNQ, we are always reminded that, you have to come back. So, you could see so many people go, and after a very long time, they still return. And some people even stay for a very long time.
Dr. Bright is one of
Dr.
them.
Bright is a perfect example.
Yes.
And Mr. Sparrow, Mr. Kwesi Somwa too. Yeah. And then those that are at Legon and closer, institutions, they usually pass by all the time.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing we could learn. So.
Okay. So finally, your last words to Achimota students, anyone that wants to go to Achimota school, anyone that inspires to get 8 A's.
Yeah, I get that question a lot. You're like, how's it like in Achimota school? I got this, I want to get into Achimota. Yeah. I just told them, you are on the right path, because if you are looking for excellence at the same time having fun, where there's everything for you and you get to choose what you want, then it's Achimota school. Yeah, because if you look at other schools, it is fun, but I don't really know what they have, but I know what Achimota has, and what there is that you have excellence, you have fun, you have everything you want, and you have all the teachers and everything at your disposal. Okay, so your final words to all the teachers that played a major role? I think I want to say we did it. Yeah, we did it.
Yeah. Okay, thank you guys. That was a very interesting session. I mean, I get to learn a lot more about the school I also attended. The past where I didn't know about the school, I got to hear from him. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and don't miss any of our episodes.